Hello everybody, welcome in. How you guys doing today? I hope you are all doing well. Hope everyone's having a great day. Happy Thursday. Alright, well, today I'm going to paint little extras. I have tons of little pieces. Let's get this screen on. I had to let that timer run out. Alright, so we have these Dreadnought weapons here that we're going to paint. That's the plan. And if I am not mistaken, let me see. What are these weapons called? Hold on. This is a Graviton Pulverizer is what this is called. Focus, there we go. Graviton Pulverizer, and this is an Inversion Beamer, I think is what this is called. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, Inversion Beamer. Not a Conversion Beamer, it's an Inversion Beamer. So yeah, we're gonna paint these things. Yep. So, few specific color choices here that we're looking at. This doesn't have too much casing. The only casing this Inversion Beamer has is like down in this part over here. The brush will point to it. I can't point with my left hand. So this part, and then underneath, right there and right there. That's the only white we're gonna be painting on this. This gun here, we hold it upright, it'll have some casing. There's just a little bit right there, and I think back on this part here, and then maybe coming down here. Yeah, there's not much. Just reverse on that side. Yeah. So what we're gonna do, I also have as a bit of an example, set those down. I have my actual Saturnine Dread here. So out here is actually Crucial Blue. So Crucial Blue, sorry, you're a Saturnine Dreadnought. But all the weapons are magnetized on this, and so far all I have are the 2 disintegrator cannons painted. But these are my disintegrator cannons, or heavy disintegrator cannons on here. So that's what I have at this point. And even the chest weapons are magnetized. So I have one other set of painted chest weapons, and I have one set that's not painted. What's up, Mydro? How you doing? So we are kind of match the style while making each of these weapons unique. But yeah, this is the disintegrator cannon. So we'll work on these other weapons here. See if we can't come up with something good. So let's see, bronze, dark silvers in places. Sorry I missed hang out last night and hang out church. Yeah, no problem, Mydro, that's fine. I was so tired last night, I ended up just chilling for a little bit and then going to bed, so. Okay. So we can go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with bronze. Put this bronze down. Probably don't need these things yet. We can paint a bit without it. So what we're doing, I know it's each of these little band things have bronze, so we're just gonna start off. Got this weapon set a while ago. One thing I've had really bad luck with Dreadnoughts in games this whole edition. If you were at the live stream game yesterday, you would have seen my Dreadnoughts just blow up in spectacular fashion without doing much at all. So, you know, that was fun. But this Saturnine Dreadnought in particular, with the double disintegrator, just destroys itself so quick that I don't want to put it on the table. Like, it looks cool. I like the model. It just, I don't know. I feel like this thing should cost like 50 points, and with the value I get out of it. So yeah, but that's also the double disintegrators that kind of misfire and hit itself a lot. So hopefully with change of weapons, and these weapons seem really interesting. And have a little more of a fun time with this. There's like a third piece here. Get that. Okay, I think it's just a little bit of bronze on this. Maybe, let's see. Any other bronze? Yeah, okay. Underneath these pieces here. Get a bright green glow on the top, but as of right now, working on the basics. Okay.
It's clean. It's cold. Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Hey, Marathon. What's going on, man? Get some water. And a stretch. Alright, thank you. Thank you. Send help. I want to and don't want to sleep. Sound like my son. He's all, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. And they're like, I'll take a nap. And he's like, no, I don't want to take a nap. Every day. Sleep in. No, I don't want to sleep in. You have narcolepsy and sleep apnea? Yeah, oh dang. Yeah, and it's 6 p.m. where you are. Yeah. Well, I have no idea how to deal with that, so... Life in hard mode? Yeah, basically, yeah. Dang. I picked up a new PC game. It's a little indie game. It's a tower defense game called Sir, We Have an Orc Problem. And I have really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a tower defense game with it's like fluid-like physics in the game. But instead of like a liquid, yeah, an orc yeah. Instead of like a liquid, it's like orcs. Like little orcs. You get all kinds of just like gun and laser towers to kill them. The theming is a bit weird, but it is a really fun game. So. Start on that. Those tubes can be copper, but we have some other stuff we can do in bronze here. Now, what else? What else can we paint? Bronze. I think that might be it. I think that's it for our bronze at this point. So then, about something. I feel like I want to sleep same time. Kind of want to do stuff. Yeah. Yeah. No kidding, Marathman. No kidding. Yeah, you don't want to live in the U.S. with healthcare problems. Am I a tech priest dominus? No, I don't think so. Last I checked, is there a reason you're asking? Is there something going on? Oh, the TPD, yeah. I get it. Nope, not I. Just going through with copper right now, copper base coat. Alright, then we'll check copper details. What else? What else is going to be copper? I think that's it on this one. Let's come back to our graviton pulverizer, or whatever it's called. Yeah, there's a little bit of copper here. Maybe those things. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, Frankie Fingers, what's going on? Yeah, why not? Paint these in copper. Okay. Shiny weapon arms. Yep, these are, this is a it's a graviton pulverizer, I think is what it's called. Let me see, hold on. Yep, graviton pulverizer, and then we have an inversion beamer. And they connect to the old Saturnine Dreadnought here. So we already have the disintegrator cannons painted, so we're working on some of these other weapons. This is the Orphean configuration, I think, with these weapons is what it's called. Okay. Trying to get some different metallic shades of metallics in here. Yeah, I've had these weapons for a little while, so just finally getting around to painting them. Seems like a fun little Thursday project. Yeah, I have a bunch of Contemptor weapons too. The Contemptor weapons end up just kind of being like dime a dozen after a while. You get so many of them. It's like randomly being in this game or collecting an army. Hey, Killicam, how you doing, man? We're painting Dreadnought arms. That's what we're painting. Yeah, at work, fun. Hopefully your day's not too busy. What else we gotta do? Let's do this. Yeah, this kind of back end here. Okay, I think that's it for some dark silver on there. It's getting interesting. You ever just want to say "wah," but the wife says you have to mow the lawn? All the time. All the time. We'll do... What's up, CDs? I'm gonna finish the ends tomorrow. Sweet. Sweet. And come test them out on stream sometime soon. All right. More than 4 dwarves. I'm sure you'll be able to kill more than 4 dwarves. I'm fairly positive your 8 ents can kill more than 4 dwarves. See, the thing about the ents versus the dwarves is if you roll 6s, then you win the fights. So instead of the other way around. Do battle march force size force of high elves. Yeah, nice. I have 2 vampire count battle march armies made up. One is a like Strigoi themed. It's like ghouls and crypt horrors and stuff. The other is like classic like necromancer, so like zombies and all that stuff. But I would like to work on some of my other old world armies that I already have collected. Try to get something painted up or together. So maybe wood elves next. I did rebase that noble that I painted a while ago. A great weapon one. Is that our only place for... Yeah, I think that's it on this one. Yep, it's our casing. We start with bright neutral gray and we work it into a white over time. Okay, this one is a bit different, it's a little bit less. So we need this part right here. Just get some grass tufts. I'm adding a few flowers. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Gives a little bit more color onto the minis, and you know, it's not like we're painting like grim dark minis with Lord of the Rings. So flowers on the bases can make sense. Okay, what else? Here, right here. Yeah, I'm really excited to see them in person. They look so good in the photos. You painted those super quick too, which is really cool. Alright, I think that's all for the casing. We have metals. Let's get our cabling. We'll kind of start all the cabling here. And I'm going to start them with dark neutral gray. We'll hit all of them with dark neutral gray, and then we'll go back and we'll change as we see fit. Need some different colors of cabling on these. Make them interesting. And I think, let's see. Yeah, I think we get these tubes here. Hoses or whatever they are. Just working away all around this thing. Okay. We got the big hose there. Hoses. I don't think there's other cabling. These cables are going to be yellow. One's on the very front there. We're going to start them yellow. We might do some hazard stripe hoses. We'll see. And then these cables here. It's like las cannon sponson PTSD here. The bundles of cabling. The battle good. It was good. It was good. Yeah, we played a full 3,000 point game. I had Magnus, Zenbrock, Conrad, Kurz, so we had actual Primarchs on the field, and yeah, the killing was pretty one-sided. I got the upper hand pretty quick. Kurz charged Magnus turn 1. So we got into a duel, but I had the first turn. I got some shots off on Kurz and put a couple wounds on him, which was nice. But then we charged in and yeah, fought a duel, an honorable duel. And Kurz has some weird like duel rules, but essentially Magnus used his divination psyker powers and then one-shot Kurz in the duel before Kurz got to even attack. And then, like, that was that for the Primarch fight. And Sevitar was in that combat also. But then he got chased out by Magnus the next turn, and Magnus killed Sevitar. Overall, the duels, I think we ended up fighting like 4 or 5 challenges the whole game. And he got me in one of them, but the Thousand Suns won most of those challenges. Points-wise, the game wasn't too far off. We didn't play a full game. We kind of ended after, I think, 3 turns we played, but it was most likely going to go more my way as the game went on, because I had a lot more minis on the board after that. A lot more just like, yeah, capturable units, or I guess units that are able to capture and hold. And Zen did not. He didn't have a ton of killing power left. He had some tanks that I wasn't able to scratch, but otherwise that was about it. So it's first time putting Primarch on the table though, which felt good. It was nice to see him on the table. Okay. So that's all the cabling for that. Yeah. And what's funny is even with Magnus killing Kurz and Sevatar, he's still like barely paid for himself. He got a little bit over paying for himself, but Magnus is so expensive. Magnus is a beast. He's a beast in 3rd edition, especially as a duelist. He's so good. I didn't even get to like soup him up properly either. Like, he wasn't like fully charged Magnus because I wasn't able to do his biomancy power, because you only do that in your own charge. You don't do that with when other people charge you. But I could have had strength and toughness 8 Magnus. That would have been serious overkill. Okay. We got some yellow. I think we do a second coat of this yellow, and then we go on to some burnt red or something. Something I'm going to try to work on next week, and this is probably going to be more of a free time off stream thing, but I'm going to start painting Zone Mortalis terrain. All 3D printed. A lot of my painting on that's going to be like it's going to be spray work, like spray cans. So the file Zen printed this stuff for me, which is great. So like FDM printed. But the guy that designed it, he designed it because he had like this one really weird dilemma with painting GW's terrain. The Zone Mortalis terrain. If you look at like the official Zone Mortalis walls, each individual wall piece is like, it's like a frame, and then in the middle there's like a flat panel. And every time you see GW paint schemes, or like people paint them, they paint those in two tones. So like the middle flat panel is always one color, like a light color, and then you have like a dark color for like the framing on the wall pieces. And he's like, I didn't want to paint them two colors. He's like, that was my, like, I didn't want to do like the two-tone thing because that seems difficult. So the way he designed these walls, I can grab one and show you real quick too. Let me grab one. So the way he designed these walls is you have just the frames as a piece, and you see they're hollow, and they actually have a specific shape that's meant to fit on. He has 4 tile pieces that we're not printing, but and then what you do is you print out separately these flat panels, and there's 3 sizes of these panels, and they literally just slide in and they fit from the inside, and you put them in here. So what I can do with this is I can get, here's my plan, my painting plan, because I have like 100 of these things, maybe not quite 100. There's a lot, maybe like 60 or 70 of these similar pieces to this. I'm going to take a wooden dowel, a large wooden dowel, and I'm going to just feed a bunch of pieces on the dowel upside down first. I'm going to spray one dark color on these and prime them like a dark brown, and then I'm going to flip them and I'm going to zenithal spray them. I think I'm going to do like a dark blue if I can find like a blue gray. That's what I'm going to do. It's not going to be like specific Thousand Suns scheme. We're just going for like interior ship hull, but I want something a little more generic, but it's going to be like a dark blue or blue gray. And then these just get like a simple dry brush. And then if I want, I can do some of the details in here, like silvers in here, silvers and wash on these like top panels and stuff. But otherwise, that's it for these. Be real quick. The panels, they're literally, there's 4 different designs like per style. This is the large size, this is the medium, and there's small ones that go in like corner pieces. But some of them are just flat. Some are flat and they have like a little greeble on it to make it look, you know, grimdark or whatever. So it's a little plant panel or a vent or something like that. I'm going to just get double-sided tape. I'm going to tape all of those panels down on a board, just all together. Because you only need the one side. You don't need the sides painted. You don't need the back painted, like the top or anything. It's just the one face. So I'm going to stick them down with double-sided tape. I'm going to spray prime them. I'm going to dry brush each one to get a little bit of like a tone, you know, in the middle. And then I'm going to varnish them. And then they pop off, and then I'm just going to glue them under here. And then these things are basically done. So it's going to be quick, relatively speaking, but it's there's just a lot of things. But yeah, some dowel rods and some spray paint, and I'm good to go. Yeah, Zone Mortalis is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, and I'm excited to have a board. I have a plan for a lot of like scatter terrain to make it look interesting. I want to make like themed rooms. So like a control room and like a generator room, like a plasma generator room, and then a hangar and a storage facility. Like I have different rooms I have ideas for. Kind of add some interesting things. There's a lot of like pieces of terrain that I can print or collect that go into that, or that I already have. There's stuff I have go into that pretty well. Yeah, you might have enough stuff to play Zone Mortalis. Watching eBay for tax squads. Oh, sweet. All right. Oh, I don't need anything on there painted red. I have to get the other side, so I have to get. I was like, what am I missing? That should be your next project. Zone Mortalis ready? Yeah. I think if you were really like if you wanted to be like really serious about getting your wolves back and ready for like modern 30K, I think it's just rebasing is the big thing. If you wanted to, I'm not too picky about the bases, but and just like reorganizing stuff, making sure the units work. No wolves riding wolves in 30k. That's true. That's true. At least not yet. I don't know. Maybe there'd be something crazy. In like a journal or something. Okay, we got our bases covered on all this stuff. I think we might be in a good spot to put washes on all these. A lot of base toppers. Do you want those specifically? Because I'll get you some. I'll get you a lot if that's what you want. I can show you how to paint them too. It's super easy color scheme to paint them. Like I used to knock out like 30 and 40 bases at a time, and it'd take me like an evening. But you might also do a lot more with it, because I think you spend more time on your minis than I do in general. You know, I want to get, where's this color? Yeah, no, not you. You? No. Where is it? That's it. Okay, look at this. Rattling Grime, I think, is going to be our... And we'll have black contrast and another color. We'll get brown gray here from Pro Acryl. But let's start with black. Add some snow. Okay, that is pretty cool, actually. Yeah, that's a cool theme. I like that a lot. With their not psychers, yeah, and they're not mutants, right? Like, I was reading Lost in the Damned, the Siege of Terra book. Sanguinius is on the cover of that one, so I hope he's got like a good feature. But I think it's a lot about just like the civilian people at the start of the like basically the war on Terra, and the Primarchs are all talking with Malkador. It's Sanguinius, Khan, and Dorn. And besides the fact that they're all just like completely over Leman Russ, they get the full story of like Prospero from, you know, like from Rogel Dorn explaining what the Emperor told him, and from Malkador. And they're all just like, seriously? Like Russ did that? But anyway, Malkador kind of explains to them what demons are. And he goes through that, and Dorn is all mad about it, because he's like, well, if I would have known this was a thing, he's like, I would have just been like Russ and not obeyed the Edict of Nicaea. Which is funny that like they all just acknowledge that he did that, and then they're like, Magnus shouldn't have been messing with that. There was the edict that told him not to mess with that. But then Dorn's like, I wouldn't have followed that if I would have known that they would have helped us. Which is pretty funny. Like, yeah, Sanguinius even points out, he's like, so Russ went crazy, went to Prospero and knocked out 2 loyalist legions. Because Sanguinius was wondering if Magnus would join Horus or not. He was wondering if he was still loyal. And Malcador's like, nope, he's not. Yeah, they broke it too. Yeah, everybody did. Yeah, everybody but 1,000 Suns were the ones that get punished for it, right? Pedros, how you doing? Welcome in, man. How you been? Yeah, Dorn's like the one guy that's like, I have to follow the rules, and then he's like, why did I follow the rules? Like, that was stupid. Yeah, and everybody's like, yeah, it was. Like, you should have been like us and just broken the rules. And the whole time the Khan is like in the corner laughing about the whole situation. Spinal injection the other day. Alright. Doing a bit better. Yeah. Sounds like that would be very rough. So hopefully you getting better every day. Crazy though. Half Legion didn't break any rules. You have no proof it's lies and slander. Yeah, fair. Alright. It's a good book so far, though. Dark Hole. The Land of... Oh, you're playing... is that Unlimited? Is that what you're doing? Painting Sun has some Star Wars Unlimited cards. But we don't really play card games, so... I mean, he's never shown interest. I've tried to get him to play, like, Pokemon and stuff, but he just hasn't had interest in actually playing it. But he does like the cards. I fought against a Saturnine Dreadnought in his own Mortalis game. Yeah, I think he had Plasma and Disintegrator. He was just the classic variant, and I'm pleased to say my Plasma Gunners took it down, and it felt really good to kill a big Saturnine Dread. I was terrified of that thing. And when it died, it exploded. And when it exploded, it killed an entire squad of Medusan Immortals, the Iron Hands, like, unique Breacher guys. Which was wild. Like, what a wild dice roll. I think he had 5 of them left, and it straight up killed all 5 of them. So, crazy sequence of events that led to that, but it was a win for the Thousand Suns. All part of the plan. Eternal Legal Decks. I don't know what any of that is. Okay, it's like Magic Commander. Okay, I have played a little bit of Magic Commander with Zen, but otherwise, like, I have no idea. On Jen, that's Bridger Supreme. Okay, oh cool. So it's Tatooine themed, Twin Suns. That makes sense. You get 2 leaders. Oh, okay, okay. Bit of a double meaning there. That's cool. Yeah, Qui-Gon and Darth Maul as your 2 commanders seems a little suspicious. I also imagine if Darth Maul was like, hey, we gotta take down the Sith Lord. I know I was a Sith and did horrible things, but, you know, we gotta kill Palpatine or whatever. And Qui-Gon would be like, yeah, let's do it. He'd have no hesitation. Oh, they're 2 separate decks, dang. Alright. Kill a Cam, another random heresy thing. If you do happen to get a tactical squad and you want to give them axes and shields to be like inductii, I know the Space Wolf inductii is like probably one of the best inductii you can get in heresy, but they're just super useful and they're crazy fast and they're like melee stuff, but or just like Grey Hunters or whatever can have the axe and shield. I have STLs for axes and shields, so I can I'll just knock out a ton, as many as you want. Okay, these weapons are already looking good though. Very nice. As an example, this is the Dreadnought that we're working with here. This is old Crucial Blues Dreadnought. It's been a ton of fun. Good. I'm not one for card games. I'm not much for like the random chance kind of games. I know you can buy like individuals and stuff, but it's just not. And yeah, card games just don't do it for me as like a theme. It's my personal preference on those, but yep, that's the old Dreadnought there. Keeps messing with me. You play war games decided by random chance? Yeah, but they're not always. Like, there's decisions that go into it more so than you know, card games. I'm not looking for like a 1 in 56 chance to draw the right card, right? Or like the 1 in hundreds chance to draw the combo of cards. But I like to have more agency in the games, but also I like pushing around like plastic models, so I like to see the battle in front of me. And for card games, I can't picture it. Like, it doesn't get into my head as like an event that's taking place. To me, it's like it's a card game happening. So I know. You don't have to agree with me. It's fine. They said people can like their things. That's my thoughts about it though. I learned a long time ago that you can't like try to logic someone out of an interest. Right? If people like something, they don't like something, they like it or don't like it. And it's yeah, never liked card games. Just never have. Ground and Space Arena. Yeah, yeah. The cards look cool. I like the different like ships that show up and everything. Like it's cool. There's like capital ships that show up in starfighters and everything. That's nice. Yeah, that's fair. I understand. And it, we want people to like the things we like too, right? Like we like something, it's hard for us to see how people don't like it or why they don't like it, but I get like too. How dare you not like Horus Heresy? It's the best version of Warhammer. Yeah, I'll show you guys here. Let me get this out. 1 second. Okay, so I have this bag. This is a bag of these flat panels, and I think I'll need some cleanup on these, but we can test these out here. Take a look at some of the different sizes. Maybe they won't need cleaned up. Kill your darlings all the time, okay. Alright. So we have a wall. It should fit in, yeah, just like that. But these ones... yeah, and so they just glue in, right? Let's get some different panel pieces. These flat panels also, yeah, okay. There's different design. But yeah, and there you have a Zone Mortalis wall that'll snap in, and we'll just glue them in. Work like that. Yeah, these are free. LOL Canoe, these were free STLs on Thingiverse. The guy has a lot of stuff available. So, it's a lot to print. My buddy Zendral printed these for me. And, yeah, I think we printed, it was a total of like 166 or something of these panels. Like, just tons of panels. And it was, I have dozens and dozens of walls. I have, there's corner pieces. So these are like the tiny panels you need, and these are the medium ones. So I got corners. I have bigger walls. Someone made files that it's multiple walls connected, which I probably should have printed more of, just because they seem like they're a little easier, and they were fewer panels and everything, and they're easier to set up. But I got lots of these panels, but they're really cool, just tons of them. So I'm going to try and knock these out real quick when I paint them. It's going to be probably a day of working on these, and maybe another day, or maybe about the same time, I'll let these dry and I'll start doing these. But this is just going to be, I'm going to take a board, like a large board. I'm going to get double-sided tape and just put long strips of it, and I'm just going to stick these panels down on the double-sided tape, because you don't have to paint the backs of these. And it's just some spray paint, a dry brush, and a varnish on them, and these panels will be ready to go. So that's the plan, at least. So yeah, just all kinds of stuff like that. I got doors. There are doors in here, I think. Let's see. Do I have the actual doors? Maybe Zen needs to print me a couple doors. I think it might need to happen. But yeah. 40K's terribly designed game is current state. Yeah. 40K's never been a good game. Right. Yeah, I mean that's why a lot of games are popular, is just because people have different preferences and there's no such thing as a perfect game. So that's just the reality of things, right? Is that like there's something out there for everyone, but it's not the same thing for everyone. So people like card games, you got card games you can play, and there's dozens of popular card games out there that you can play and collect based on whatever theme or interest you have, or gameplay mechanics you like. And it's the same with miniature games. There's so many out there. Easy to paint with massive sponge, laying on laying on a board like that. Yep. Yeah, let me see. I have these saved. I can at least tell you. I'll pop a link for you here. Hopefully this works. So, this is the base set, which it's poorly laid out. There's 4 files to download. The pieces are super disorganized. But once you figure it out, it's cool. He's got stairs, he's got doors, door pieces, pipes, scatter, like all this other stuff. If you he has this big guide, which is basically just like his thoughts on why he did it and like some other things. And if you look a little bit on that page, you'll see someone did a remix with where is that remix? Yeah, okay, there's a remix, and it's someone that made groups, column and wall groups. Yep, yeah, there you go. So, it's not the easy... Now, and also, the basic walls and corners, these print on FDM with no supports. There's no supports needed for these, which is another big deal because supports are kind of annoying. The door pieces need supports and might be a bit annoying to print. Something else is when you have these longer pieces, the flat roofs get to be kind of a weird thing. But on the inside, it doesn't matter. The door pieces, it's a little more rough and like a little more work, because I'll show you here. So the door pieces have these big flat, like level sides. So you're gonna have a lot of like stray filament and everything. You just gotta be ready for that. Yeah. So, Zone Mortalis stuff, good stuff. Highest my interest list because both share a lot of similarity. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, that's cool. Keep letting this wash dry on these. We'll do some more washes. I want it to look like reasonably grimy. I think that's appropriate. Yeah, it's hard to beat free STLs. Yeah, he has a whole floor system too. The floor system's kind of crazy, but what's up, painting son?
Hello.
You here to assemble some minis?
I'm gonna hang out just for a couple minutes and eat.
Okay. You're gonna eat. Oh, okay. Okay.
Nectarine.
This is his snack time. He's
Well, I'm kind of having a little bit of a lunch.
Oh, okay.
It's a crackers and this nectarine, which is really sweet.
Okay. Cool. All right. Just waiting for this stuff to dry. Good lad. Yeah. We eat a lot of fruit. You guys do stuff in the garden?
Yeah, we did do some. We harvested 4 cucumbers and 5 cucumbers, and we gave 2
Okay, 5 cucumbers, dang. Cucumber plant won't quit.
Mm-mm. And we have another baby one coming.
Yeah.
And I did bow and arrow.
Oh, yeah, how's the target?
It's really good. It's not super stable, so mom's gonna ask you, like on like a stool, like a little like white stool, and mom used that to set up the hay, but it's not super stable. So
She
was gonna ask you.
Okay. Well, figure it out.
Cool.
Yeah, fruit does spoil quickly. Yeah. We're fortunate we have a farm near us that has a market, and they collaborate with other farms in the area. And so they have a little market where they sell like fresh produce and stuff. It's a great place to get just like random fruits and veggies.
Especially cantaloupe.
Yeah, cantaloupe, yeah. All kinds of stuff there.
Dad doesn't really like fruit a whole lot, but me and mom do.
I'm not as much of a fruit fan. I like fruit, it's just specific fruit. I'm not as adventurous with fruit. Yeah, stuck in a watch paint dry situation here. Oh yeah, no problem, Pedro's, no problem. Yeah, so we have a lot of people around that like card games. Just because it's not my thing doesn't mean that you won't get someone else, you know, that wants to chat with you about it. Like I said, Paintington has a lot of Star Wars cards, right?
Yeah, the Star Wars Unlimited cards.
Yep, Star Wars Unlimited.
I just collect them. That's all I do. It's been a while since I thought I'd have them.
Yeah, yep. There's this like inner part of this gun. I want to put another layer of wash on it, but it's still already got a lot of wash on it that's pulled up. So we gotta let that go, but the rest of this is drying pretty well. Card gamers don't stream unless it's a PC client. Yeah. It's hard to stream card games. We did a card game stream. Zen and I, we played some. It was a Magic. Was that like Pal Guy or something? Is what it's called. And then Pai Gao is what it's called. And then we played some Gundam TCG, and it was fine. The stream didn't work super well just because of like where my mic is and everything. So it was making it a little difficult, but it's a fun stream. Anningson, did you know you were in the middle of gluing those minis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know I didn't finish them.
Okay. So that's a really easy step you could get done.
Yeah. I just wanted to do a little bit.
So you do? Oh, okay.
Like assembling.
Interesting looking. We've got it now, but it's heavily scalped. It is really scalped, yeah. It's pretty fun. It has like plenty of issues. Even from the little bit of card games I've played, I've picked out some things like there are almost no like card draw mechanics in the game, so which may have, I know there's a new set that just came out because Zendral runs this at our local store, and he's like all in. But I know it's since there's no like card draw mechanics. Once you kind of like use your cards and your hand starts going down, you draw one card a turn, and that ends up being like, there's situations where you have no hand and you're just left with one card, and that's, I don't know, not an infrequent thing that happens, at least with what I've seen. So as far as a game goes, that's kind of annoying. Okay, a little bit of yellow, get that going. We'll get a red. Round base? Yeah. Oh, you spend resources on cards? Okay, yeah. That's useful. Okay, I'm starting to draw out pretty well. A 6-card hand to start. It's good to hear. I'm glad Star Wars is getting more good games. It sticks around. Star Wars has a history of not keeping their games around. How's the nectarine painting, son? Good. sure. All right. Destiny. Yeah, I had Star Wars Destiny. Yeah. I still have Star Wars Destiny stuff. It was funny. That was my attempt to get into a card game, but it was funny. It was Painting Son was a baby, and my wife and I were trying to think of like just like a hobby we could have together. And so we were looking at stuff, and we were like, oh, this game looks neat, and it had just come out, and it was actually sold out everywhere when it just came out. And so we went around like looking for cards, and we ended up getting some stuff at like a release event for the second release. They did all these things where we got some packs. We're like, oh yeah, these are really cool. And then the next set came out. We bought a box of cards, which was, you know, $130 or so for a box of cards, box of boosters or whatever. And we opened them, and like, yeah, the dopamine hit from opening all those cards was crazy. Like it was so much fun just opening and seeing all the cool stuff you got from like the whole box of cards. But then by the end of it, we opened it and we're like, okay, we got maybe about 60% of what we wanted from this box of cards. It was $130. We're like, so what would it take to get everything from the set, you know? And I know it's a collectible card game, and you're like, you know, there are odds on things, and so you're not going to get everything in the next set. Like, we might get another 20% from the next box. Well, the next day, after we had spent this time opening all these cards and wondering how much money we'd have to pay to get, you know, the cards we wanted and everything, the next day FFG announced the third release, which was coming out in like 2 months or something. And I was like, nope. I was like, I can't do this. That's way too much money to like collect this game and to like try to stay on top of it. Nope. It was called Star Wars Destiny. It was a card game. We have it still. We have our stuff still, but it's a card game that also uses like dice to play. So like you would have characters, and each character would have an associated dice that would go with them.
That's cool.
And so you'd roll a die, and it would like for that character, and it kind of tell you like what abilities you could use when it was your turn for each character. Yeah, it was pretty neat. But nope. Way too expensive to try to stay on top of it, so. Yeah, dude, we took you to some game stores. I remember you were in your little car seat, and we had a thing where like you paid, you got a couple packs, you open them, and you could play some people. And so we went to a couple, and we just had you rolling around with us. Like 3-4 months old, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah. You're little.
Years old. I was like, oh.
No, you were. We'd carry around in the car seat, dude. You were that little. Yep. that's all the white. We can go ahead and work on these white highlights. Kind of finish that up. We're gonna do some bold titanium white. Get our next layer here.
A little bit ago.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. Purple couldn't wait.
You couldn't wait. We'll see him tonight. Well, yeah, we might see him tonight. When did I text you guys that? Did I text mommy that? I don't know.
Right before we went back.
Yeah. They're leaving now. Yeah, it'll probably be after we leave when they get in. That's true.
Imagine they're pulling it. Imagine we see their car coming as we're leaving.
As we're leaving,
like,
yeah.
Like we got in the car and started driving, and then like we see their car.
No, I don't think it'd be that close. They gotta probably take them 7.5 hours or so to get up here, and then there's an hour time difference. Well, I guess it's just 7.5 hours. The hour time difference doesn't matter. So maybe if we're there a little later, but probably just keep our ears open for any kind of ETA that they have.
Yeah.
I like the weapons that I'm painting. These are really cool. These are weapons for the Saturnine Dreadnought. And the one I'm painting currently, is called an inversion beamer. Big explosions. That's what it does. I think it does more damage the closer you are. Normally, there are weapons in Warhammer called conversion beamers. And conversion beamers are stronger the further away from your target you get.
Whoa.
And this inversion beamer, I assume, is some kind of opposite, but it's stronger the closer you get, I think. But it's big explosion. Lots of damage. It'll melt like Terminators and stuff.
Every time you shoot, you have to say, I say a boom, boom, I say
What?
a boom.
No. That's really random. And the other one is called a graviton pulverizer.
Whoa.
So it's a gravity gun.
Does it pull people in? Then you use that gun and then you shoot them and then like...
I think what it does is it's also like a kind of a big explosion, but I think what it does is it like sucks everybody in wherever it hits, and it like crushes them. So it just smashes them.
Because gravity is pushing.
Yeah. FFG's slowed down a bit. Have 2 sets smashed pretty close together this year, and they're saying they're cadence to 1 set per 3 months. Is FFG doing unlimited? Is that... Get rid of it, though. His fiancée is tired of making him charge me an arm for... Oh, lame. Yeah. Yeah, it was funny because we got these cards, and pretty quickly we're like, oh man, like, you know, we're not gonna, like, this game isn't for us. And we're like, well, currently, like, this game is sold out everywhere, like, it's super popular, we can probably make a little money just selling the cards. And it was within like a week, I think that whole game just like tanked, like the desire for everything just tanked, and like we could never find someone to buy the cards for the game. Okay, FG does make unlimited. Alright, that's cool. I don't know. Maybe one day it'll come back and be popular. And I can get rid of my cards.
Maybe it will be so popular again that you can sell like one card for like $100.
Maybe,
It'll
yeah.
work out.
That's true. That'd be nice.
That would be cool.
I like money.
How many cards do you guys?
I don't know. A couple hundred, maybe.
That would be like $100, like $10,000.
I mean, that would be cool. Asmodee moved Legion X. Yeah. They fired all their designer staff for those games, though. They free up any staff. They also moved out the RPG, Edge of the Empire, right? And its associated game, Force and Destiny, Age of Rebellion, all that stuff. FFG was gutted by Asmodee. Completely gutted. Alright, bud. Love you, bud.
See you stream.
Okay. Love you, bud. Right. A little more white here. After this white, I think we do a little more washes. I think we go back to our washes a bit. I don't think there was one person in the hobby community that was excited about Asmodee buying FFG. Nice. Let's get this other part here. Bittersweet. What's the sweet part of that? It's terrible. I think the only person that was happy about that purchase was Christian Peterson. Was the owner of FFG who like left at that point. I have seen the Star Wars Armada community still kind of thriving, which is good. I'll be playing some Armada on stream at some point. Yeah, I don't know. I still think Legion would have been fine under FFG, though. Like, Asmodee has not really impressed me as far as, like, doing something that FFG couldn't have done. Especially their whole start where, you know, they offered jobs to the designers of the games. One guy took it and they fired him, like, or laid him off, like, 2 months later after he moved across the country to continue working on the game and stuff, but... yeah, it's really too bad. X-Wing put FFG on the map like nothing else. Okay, this white is done, so what we're gonna do... Yeah, AMG definitely tried their best to kill all that stuff. Yeah, it was, at least to independent retailers, it was the #1 selling thing. Over 40K, which is crazy significant. Like, that is, even if it wasn't just outright outselling, like, Warhammer, you know, between all the sales, like, the fact that it was the #1 seller at FLG's was a LGS's was a really big deal. It's like that moment in like Warhammer, like Games Workshop history, when the Uruk-hai Warrior box set for Lord of the Rings SBG outsold the Space Marine Tactical Marine box. There was like a brief period where that happened. It was like a huge moment. It sounds insignificant, but it's just like, it's just a big deal. MechTech, what's going on? How you doing? Alright, about to build this up. What you building? What you hobbying? Quar? Oh, nice. Okay. That's, is that War Games Atlantic that makes Quar? I watched a couple battle reports for that game, and it looks hilarious. Right, yeah, Phaedrus, that's the whole thing. But it seems like that was kind of by design from Asmodee, right? Like, FFG would have made it happen. They would have kept that game around, those games around a lot longer. And AMG was just like, well, we got 4 people working for the company. We can't hire anymore because reasons. So we're just gonna let these ones die so we continue on with the others. 9 fight yet. Well, we can continue on our cabling here. Let's do bright yellow ochre instead of the warm yellow, maybe. Yeah. We saw the Legion outsold Shatterpoint, hand over fist. Yeah, yep, yeah. And I think that's funny, and you know, like MCP isn't doing super well either. It's pretty much like they're the games they were basically created to make, you know, they're continuing them on because it's their games, right? It's not some like imported thing. Like, you know, those people were hired to make that company to make MCP and Star Wars MCP. Yeah, Legion outsells them. I'm honestly surprised they kept Legion going. Because that even seemed a little touch and go for a bit. Right. Oh god, I hate these like private equity companies. They're like a blight on society. I still feel like Legion is fairly reasonably priced compared to most other miniature games out there. Especially factoring like the amount of minis you need for the game. But it's also not just like an impulse buy for me anymore. You know, it used to be like, you know, I'm at the store, you know, playing a game and I want to just go grab something. Like I would just go buy a box of Legion minis or a character or something. Because they're super cheap and they're just on the wall, you know, it's all that. But now, you know, you're looking at like $50 purchases at a minimum, and yeah, that's not the same. I have a huge collection of Legion minis, of the old school ones. I didn't care for the plastic resin they used either, but yeah, the fact it was cheap and easy, and yeah. Right, yeah, the $99 starter boxes are good. You get a lot in those sets too, so yeah, those are good. played a game of Legion Tuesday night, and played against Separatists, and I won that one. Gentleman was really friendly. He was taking just like a fun list. His list was definitely not something made to win games. He was playing Separatists and he had 4 lightsaber wielders. That's cool though. Yeah, 200 for everything separate. Yeah. And my son's almost done assembling his Mandalorians. We're gonna play some games once he gets those all put together. Or teach him how to play. He wants to play on stream. Told him we get these rules down. Could definitely do that. How's this doing? Let's see, is that still a little wet on there? That's okay. Yeah, Legion's fun. Yeah, it is. I have my only like issue with Legion that I've had recently, like jumping back into the game after like 3 or 4 years of being out of it, is I feel like I'm losing games because I don't have like knowledge of specific unit abilities, and there's so many keywords in the game that like it's like units could have almost anything and you just have no idea. And so I have struggled with that quite a bit, to the point where it's like I definitely lose games because of that, and it's not because I'm playing bad or because the dice are bad. It's just like I don't know what things are, and that causes me to lose. That's a little frustrating, especially just because of like how much is in the game anymore. Ask questions. Oh, I know how to play and I know what to do, but it's just, I'm not gonna play a game and annoy my opponent on like a friendly game where it's like right, where I'm like, okay, what do those guys do? Okay, what is that rule? And I just go through the whole time and do that. I'm not doing that. So if I wanted to be serious with the game, I could, but I'm not looking to play like competitive Legion. And there's also like, how units were when last time I played and then how they are now. And some units got changes and some didn't. And so it's, I go into it, I'm like, oh yeah, I know this unit, they do this and they have this thing. But then they have like a, between the times I played, they got rule changes that make them different. You doing rats versus rats, Age of Sigmar? Nice. Yeah, or like, what was something that really cost me a game? One of the games I was playing was, I had tauntauns, and I went into combat. You charge in with tauntauns is what they do. They're really good at charging stuff, and I charge in, I fight, and then the next round, like I just keep fighting, and there were like multiple units in the combat and things to engage with other things, but I didn't know that creature troopers could just disengage at will and just go for it. Like, they had that naturally. I had no idea. And I think my opponent knew, and because he had creature troopers, he had like dewbacks or whatever, and because then he ended up doing it, and I was like, oh, they do that? And he's like, yeah, all creature troopers do that. And I was like, oh, great. Like, that would have been nice to know, because it would have changed everything. That's like a game knowledge thing. Yeah, they just walk away. I had no idea. Yeah. Didn't know that. The Tauntauns, the first creature troopers I've had. And when you just look up their rules, like, creature trooper itself is not like a keyword that has rules on like a unit card. So, you know, there's kind of an assumption for most units that like the keywords are the rules. Right, like the rules exceptions to the basic rules of the game. But didn't know creature troopers could do that. Now I do know. Yeah, the droids confused. Yeah, my first game back was with droids, and I had no idea what was going on. I kept trying things. My opponent's like, that's not how it works. Yeah, and it's like the whole like suppression matters, and it like, yeah, changes their, yeah, it's a whole thing. And I used to play droids as like my main army, and then I jump back into it, and like all the rules are different. I still remember the good old days when clones could share standby tokens. And you could just feed Rex standby tokens, and he just wrecks the enemy army, standing out in the middle on his own. It's a good time. Beat him with the saber tank. Yeah, did the saber tank? I don't think it could take the tokens though, could it? It was like clone trooper units. I did love the saber tank though. I still love my saber tank. Great mini. There was a way to do it. Okay, probably for one of the people you put inside or something. Okay. Here, get a silver down, or steel. get these. Oh, exemplar with Padme, yeah. Yeah, which is ridiculous. She doesn't have exemplar anymore. That cabling, what I need now is, man, I think this like bismuth yellow is a good color for this. This might need a couple coats. Still some spots where the wash isn't dry, so we're trying to give it every opportunity we can. Start with that. It'll end up getting green. Will be our main color over this yellow, but we wanted to put the yellow down first. Next layer up. I think what I do I take off. No problem, Phaedrus. Have a good one. Good to see you. Thanks for chatting, man. It's good. Good talking with you. Loot down our rattling grime here. I'm working on some washes on this. I think this will be something I'll have to finish like this weekend. Probably won't be able to get it all done today. The amount of time we got left. But it is looking really cool. Coat of that yellow one. I think one more coat of bismuth yellow as that color should do the trick. Okay. Yeah, I think something else. What's our next thing here? Shake this paint up a bit. We got some ink. Drop is plenty. A little bit of flow improver. We'll see how well this works. What color should the glow be on the inversion beamer? What do you guys think? I've done green glow on the graviton's going to be green. Purple. Yeah, I always see red and blue. Yeah, I think purple might be the way to go. So I have orange for my disintegrator cannons. You know, the graviton's getting green. I normally do blue for plasma. Purple might be where it's at. That's something I'll have to do with the airbrush. Got those. So some white ink to get in between there, and then I'm going to take the airbrush. I'm going to hit this with some blue. Yeah, we'll do some Talisar blue maybe. Start that out, see how it looks. And then our last thing here I think we're going to do today is we're going to get a little bit of green on this. Saturnine, yeah, just Saturnine weapons. Yep. What's up, Night Trap? And Cray, how you doing? Or Kyray. Welcome in, guys. We got the Graviton Pulverizer and the Inversion Beamer. That's what we're working on. They're mostly done. So it'll be, this weekend we'll finish them up. Okay. Thin coats. Green over yellow? Yeah, yeah. I'm probably going to do a little highlight of yellow afterwards. Okay. Yeah, we'll do a little edge highlight of yellow. But yeah, yeah. It helps it get, be a little more warm. This is Striking Scorpion Green, which is an incredible contrast paint anyway for doing this kind of stuff, but... Okay, that is a mostly finished Graviton Pulverizer. I'm going to grab this here. We're going to balance that up somewhere. Ugh, it's tough to grab. And just for reference, can I set you over there? Does that work? Yeah, here, let's close this up. This is the Dreadnought. The dead Space Wolf Predator right there, turret. Good deal. But this is a Dreadnought. All the weapons are magnetized on it, so the chest weapons and stuff. I just follow the guide in the instruction manual. But yeah, and I have double disintegrator for it right now, so I'm working on kind of my next set of weapons. But dude's kind of a beast. It's a cool mini. We're also going to hang this up. Our inversion beamer, so they'll both be ready when it's time. But I'm gonna go ahead and call stream there, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. I may be on Sunday night. That's kind of up in the air right now. I would like to be on Sunday night and streaming, but we'll see. Things happen, but I'll let you guys know on Sunday what's going on in Discord. If you want to join the Discord, !Discord will get you in there. But otherwise, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Please be sharing your hobby stuff, what you're working on. Absolutely love seeing that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'll see you all Sunday night. Bye, everybody.